Deepak Gupta, retired former Supreme Court judge, is now joining us on this broadcast. Appreciate you taking time out, Justice Deepak Gupta, to join us on this issue. My first question is, does this entire incident warrant the arrest of Disha Ravi, and has Section 41 of the CRPC been violated in terms of this arrest? Perhaps she could be investigated and let go of, but the arrest is now in question, sir.
See, first of all, in a democracy, one of the most important aspects of a democracy is the right to dissent.
Yes.
In my view, every law should be read in such a manner that it improves democracy. And the essence of democracy is the right to say something against the government. Sedition law was introduced in this country by an imperialistic power. And at that time also, the law was totally different in the colonial India and different in British India, in Britain itself. In England, it was a minor offense with 2 years punishment. In India, it was a major offense with life imprisonment.
But sir, the big question here is, we have very little time on this broadcast, but the big question here is, does this really warrant arrest, and is the arrest a violation of the law of the land?
See, I do not think that this warrants arrest.
Okay.
Because as per the law of the land, I'm not going to the merits of the case, but bail, not jail, is the rule. As far as I could make out from the public documents in the public domain, this girl has been cooperating with the police. It is not that she has hidden anything. Her computers were available, her phones were available.
Yes.
So what do you do by arresting her?
That's right.
It is not a punishment that you give at this stage of investigation. Arrest is only necessary if you cannot continue your investigation without arresting a person.
Case at all make a case for sedition as well against Disha?
Beg your pardon?
Is this a case of sedition, in your opinion, against Disha, and questions arising on how did the lower court even grant the police custody?
Not at all. As far as the documents on the public domain, as far as the ones which I've gone through, there is nothing.
Right.
You know, the toolkit says we'll do a social media, big movement on social media, there'll be Twitter storm and this and that. I do not find a single line which says that there's do violence, take action. Somebody has talked about physical action.
Yeah.
Moving into the city of Delhi by itself, it may be violating section 144 or something, but that would not amount to sedition. Just moving into Delhi against public, even if there is a law, you know, you are breaking some other law, not acting in a seditious manner. I don't see anything in these documents, at least what is in the public domain, to indicate that this is a case of sedition.
Now, Justice Deepak Gupta, retired judge, is still with us on this broadcast. Sir, is the police case hasty? And do you see any legal ground for arrest or sedition in the case of Disha Ravi?
See, I won't talk about the hasty part of it. They may have something against some people, but from what I can see on the documents in public domain, nothing of sedition is made out. Now they're talking, yes, just before I entered your chat, I was hearing something on your channel only, that somebody's made that there are some links within the talk, within the toolkit which lead to other things. But what is that? We don't know at this stage. You see, sedition actually means almost like a war against the country.
It's a very big charge.
You see, that is a very serious offense. There's this famous case. There are two very famous cases of judgments in sedition by the Supreme Court after independence. And in one, while upholding the validity of the law of sedition, the court said that it will be sedition only when there's incitement to violence or public disorder, something very, something on a very large scale. Just talking against the government, talking against the judiciary, talking against the police, or talking against the army, or talking against any other institution is not sedition.
It's not sedition. That, that is the clarification that we really required. Now, just a question here, and to play devil's advocate here as well. While you are saying prima facie that the toolkit has not incited any kind of violence, I have read it myself. There is no incitement of violence in that particular toolkit that was put out. And like you mentioned, the law of the land does not require this to be called a case of sedition as well. Delhi police sources revealing that there could be perhaps some sort of a Khalistani link in this entire case. What does one make of that, sir?
No, I'm not sure, but is this what the Poetic Justice, whatever that...
Poetic Justice Foundation, yes.
Poetic Justice Foundation. Now, is it a banned organization? It may have Khalistan leanings. I'm not saying it has or it does not have, I don't know. Supposing it has. But on some other issues, on the farmer issues, you are idem with them. Does that mean that you can't talk to them?
Correct. Correct.
See, there are...
Correct. So you're saying, sir, that this is a matter of investigation and these arrests perhaps are not just being able to be justified under the law of the land? Is that...
See, I am very clear that arrest should be the last resort. Yeah. Arrest is not the straight first way you go and arrest people, especially young people. Even if they've... I mean, supposing I don't agree with them or I don't think that they're right, that doesn't mean they have to be arrested. You see what... And if they don't cooperate with you, don't answer your questions, maybe then you can move the court, ask for a warrant and get them arrested. But this thing of going on a Saturday to Bangalore, I mean, I'm not saying that it's illegal.
Yeah.
I would say it is improper.
Improper. That's right. And, there are certain WhatsApp chats that are being accessed. Delhi police sources have given us certain WhatsApp chats in which one of the ones they say that our names are on the document, we can get UAPA. Now, does that really reveal anything if they have concerns that they might get charged? And is this kind of a WhatsApp chat even admissible as evidence in the court of law?
No, let's assume it's admissible. I'm assuming it's admissible. So if that girl expresses an apprehension that I may be charged under UAPA, because a lot of us feel that the UAPA has been misused in many cases.
Yes.
So there's nothing, I mean, is that an incitement to violence?
Yeah.
If I'm talking to you and I feel that...
And an apprehension, self-admitted apprehension cannot be grounds of really going ahead and declaring somebody guilty as well. Not to say that they have declared her guilty, but this particular arrest perhaps is...
In fact, in my view, it goes the other way, that people are not now being, getting scared to say what they want to say, because they feel that they may be charged with serious offences like UAPA, sedition, etc., just because they say something like this, which does not suit the powers that.
So net, sir, before I let you go, what would you like to say about this hastened process of arrest and arrest without a warrant, clearly in violation of Section 41 of the CRPC? How would you like to sum up this entire arrest of Disha Ravi? I'm not saying that she's guilty or not guilty. It is for the courts to decide. But just prima facie, the manner in which the police has behaved.
See, I won't call it an illegal arrest. Let me be clear. I won't say that it violates Section 41 totally. But there have been many rulings, including one by the Delhi High Court, that when you arrest somebody in one state and are bringing that person to another state, then you should first go to the local court, obtain a transit remand, and then produce that person before the court. Like in this case, it would be Delhi. I don't think it is per se illegal, but I would definitely feel.
And last but not the least, sir, is sitting at an agitation and political mobilization any indication of support of quote-unquote anti-national activity?
Not at all. In my view, it is, in fact, it is not only those who support the government who are patriots. Each one of us who even opposes the government is a patriot. We all think for the betterment of the country. We may or may not agree on many issues. We could have disagreements. But it is out of this disagreements and debate that we will arrive at a better country. If we want to improve things, there has to be debate. I may change my view after hearing somebody else. That person may change his or her view after hearing me. But to say that anybody who opposes us is a Deshdrohi or an unpatriotic person is the most absurd thing to say. Even today, I'm reading ministers saying that if you support these people, you are anti-nationalist. Then what about your ministers who say that we will set up a government in Nepal and Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Is that not threatening friendly ties with these countries?
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule and joining us. Justice Deepak Gupta, retired of the Supreme Court, joining us to give us a clarification as far as the legality of this entire arrest is concerned. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us with your inputs right there. The Khalistani link in the Greta Toolkit case has come up, according to the Delhi police now. According to sources, accused Nikita Disha and Shantanu were actively conspiring. This is an allegation coming in with the banned pro-Khalistani group Poetic Justice Foundation through a person, Puneet, since the first week of December 2020. Puneet is based in Canada, connected with the accused with a pro-Khalistani group, and through them created Toolkit Google document that Greta tweeted out, later deleted. According to the Delhi police sources, Disha, Nikita and Shantanu held a Zoom meeting with M.O. Dhariwal on 11th of Jan, the founder of the Poetic Justice Foundation, to plan the 26th January stir. This was to draft basic contents that ultimately led to the creation of the toolkit. Disha is currently in police custody until Friday. Arvind Oja is now joining us live. Arvind, हमने रिटायर्ड सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज से अभी बात की. वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर ये सारा जो केस है जो सेडिशन का बनाया गया है वो कुछ ज़्यादा ही ओवर रीच लग रहा है उन्हें लग रहा है कि दिस डज नॉट अकाउंट टू सेडिशन. एंड खालिस्तानी लिंक के बारे में जब मैंने उनको सवाल किया, बिकॉज उनको लॉ का ज़्यादा नॉलेज है हम सबको मिलाकर, ऑल पुट टुगेदर ही नोज द लॉ बेटर. ही सेड इवन इफ दे वर इन कॉन्वर्सेशन विद एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और अ फाउंडेशन दैट हैड अ खालिस्तानी लीनिंग, that does not really give us the license to call anybody guilty for that matter. Of course it calls for investigation, but ये जो arrest है, he's saying that the arrest cannot be justified.
देखिए, हर इंसान के अपने एक विचार हो सकते हैं, लेकिन दिल्ली पुलिस का कहना है कि जो दिल्ली पुलिस की मैं बता दूं, इसमें एंटी टेरर स्क्वाड की टीम, स्पेशल सेल की टीम लगी हुई है, उसके अलावा साइबर सेल की टीम लगी हुई है और 3 डीसीपी इसको हैंडल कर रहे हैं. उनके अपने अलग अलग दावे हैं. हालांकि अभी तक सिर्फ किस्से कहानियां ही हैं. दिशा रवि की अरेस्टिंग को छोड़कर 2 और ऐसे किरदार हैं जो अभी गिरफ्तार नहीं हुए हैं. लेकिन दिल्ली पुलिस का कहना है कि हमारी जांच अभी इनिशियल स्टेज में है. हाँ, ये जरूर है कि जब अदालत में ये तमाम जो जांच है, एविडेंस है, अरेस्टिंग है, वो उनको लेकर जाती है, तो ये देखना होगा कि कोर्ट में कितना ये जो जितने ये आरोप है और जो एविडेंस है वो कितना वहां पर स्टैब्लिश होते हैं, कितने देर तक ठहरते हैं. ये बिल्कुल एक वाजिब सवाल हो सकता है. हालांकि अभी ये जांच इनिशियल स्टेज पे है. 2 और लोग जिनकी बात की जा रही है, शांतनु और निकिता जैकब, वो अरेस्ट नहीं हो पाए हैं. उनसे दिल्ली पुलिस को पूछताछ करनी है. उन्होंने एंटीसिपेटरी बेल हाई कोर्ट में लगा रखी है. ओपिनियन इसको लेकर हर कोई अपने तरीके से दे सकता है, उसके लिए स्वतंत्र है. लेकिन जो इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसी है वो तो अपना काम कर रही है, चाहे दिल्ली पुलिस की बात कर ले, स्पेशल सेल की,
agency will do their job. We need to allow them to do the job. Questions arising on the compliance with the law of the land. We're getting you all the different angles, all the inputs and all the details that are coming in. Arvind is the first to break them here on India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.